Hello everyone, Zane here and welcome to another Final Fantasy XIV video. So today I'm going to show you guys what I do to make gil when I'm bored in Final Fantasy XIV. Now before we begin, if you guys want early access to these gil making videos, consider becoming a Patreon supporter or a YouTube member for just $1 a month. Links for those will be in the description down below. Now as always, make sure you do your research on your server to make sure that you're not selling something that just doesn't want to move. This way you guys don't waste your time and effort. So let's get started. So number one is going to be the Turali bicolored gemstone vouchers for the squirrel mount. Now you must have all zones to rank 4 in the Fate system in order for those to pop up. Now, once you have done all that, you're going to pick either the Living Memory or Heritage Found, since the Fates do not have to be synced down, so you can do this as level 100 with your best gear possible. You must get a gold to get the 16 bicolored gemstones for each Fate. You get 32 if you get a bonus, and even more if you have a Forlorn or the Forlorn Maiden pop up during these Fates, which will give you a buff for the next Fate. Please note you need at least 93 Fates to get 1500 bicolored gemstones for 15 vouchers, since each voucher is 100 bicolored gemstones, so keep that in mind. Now please note that the Fate farming is best done when there's a lull in content, because not too many people are playing, which means that the Fates will scale down if only one person is doing them. So this is the perfect time to start doing your Fates, because everything gets drained pretty quickly. So keep that in mind when you're doing Fates in a certain area. Next is good old King MoG hard mode. The reason why we don't do extreme, because extreme drops a ribbon, while the hard mode drops 2 weapons, a coffer and then a weapon itself, which has a higher chance of dropping demi materia when it is desynthesized. Otherwise you'll get darksteel items which can be sold on the market board. So it takes about 40-ish seconds to kill good King MoG with my samurai, who is 719 on level. So he basically will die with 1 hit of Oge na Makiri. And after that you take your loot and then you leave and then do it all over again until you get a demi MoG materia, which can come in 2s, 3s, or just 1. So the king will not have a shield, so you don't have to worry about opening this coffer with your paladin or gladiator. So any job will do. To unlock desynthesis, go to Old Market area, look for the quest, go into pieces, get your crafters to level 30 so you guys can desynthesize anything in the game, and try to get your desynthesis level at least up to 90 to get a higher chance of dropping the demi materia, and then sell whatever dark matter items that drop from these weapons. So next is my favorite method, which is going to be duck bones by doing Alexander. So the Burden of the Father is the fastest one. You can do it within around 30 to 35 seconds, depending on what job that you're using, and of course your item level. So you attack the left or right leg first, attack the body, attack the remaining leg, and then go back to the body and get your loot. Remember that body pieces and leg pieces you're going to vendor straight out, but everything else, the head, hands, feet, and the accessories, you will turn into your Grand Company for Grand Company seals to get yourself duck bones. Now to get a good chunk of Grand Company seals from this, do about 18 times. And then go to Ishgard, talk to Rowina's representative, the blue icon on the map, and get your Protean gear. Okay, so you should be getting a body piece every 4 tokens, a leg piece every 4 tokens, feet, hands, and head every 2 tokens, and a accessory every single time. So try to grab as many of these as you possibly can. You only can hold 1 of each item in your inventory and 1 in your chocobo saddles. So once all this is done and gotten, head over to your Grand Company and also try to have your seal sweetener to buff up if you have it, to get more Grand Company seals per turn in. It takes around 600 Grand Company seals for 1 duck bone, and these duck bones or items like it will sell for 360 gil at a vendor. Remember, if you have the cap of 90,000 Grand Company seals, you can get around 53,000 gil. Now remember, you must have second lieutenant in your Grand Company to get these duck bones. If you have the Doma Enclave unlocked to Stormblood, then you can send them there instead to get your Doma Enclave reconstructed. This way you'll get more gil, but it's not coming from the item, it's actually coming from the Enclave itself. So if you guys don't want to do it this way, sell it to the Enclave instead, and also make sure you sell the body and legs outright, because they'll give you more gil than any duck bone will ever give you. So before we go into the next set of items, go to Solution 9 or Tuli Yulal, and then talk to the Gemstone Trader for 100 gemstones per voucher for that squirrel mount. I try to sell them in quantities of 15, so that is the max that you can get from 1500 bytecode gemstones. Here on my retainer I have 4.6 million just from selling the vouchers. Now some idiot undercut it down to 10,000 a piece, which I snatched it up, resold it for 100,000 each, and made myself 1.1 million without even trying. And then here is when I started doing the demi MoG, demi materia. Unfortunately, I stopped after I sold at least 3 hits. Now, if you go down further in my retainers, you can see the gunmetal black dye, which is the next thing we're going to be selling. Also, we'll be selling ruby red dye, which is something that's a little bit cheaper in terms of currency, but it will sell quite nicely. As I show you here, I sold some ruby red dye, and here's all the sales from the dark steel nuggets that I made from Old King MoG itself. Now this one, the 3.9 million retainer, had stuff from the Moogle event. Now because this has a finite of time before it's gone because of the 7.1 patch, I don't have enough time to sell all this stuff and then make a video about it. So I'm showing you guys here of everything that I have sold from the Moogle event, which made me 3.9 million. So there's plenty of ways of getting those dyes that I mentioned, either through the Island Sanctuary, which I'm at right now, ishgard Restoration, or even the Fall Guys event that's happening right now. Now, Island Sanctuary is going to take some time. You have to complete Endwalker's main story quest of 6.0 to unlock it, and Ultra Lion, the Clueless Crier. So once you have your Island Sanctuary taken care of, the blue cowries under Seafarers menu, materia and items, will sell them for 500 apiece for ruby red dye, and then 2,500 for gunmetal black. Check your market bar to see which one of these dyes are worth selling. Now the way of getting blue cowries is either upgrading your island or passing in some rare materials from the granary, produce that you grow, or leavings from your animals. You also have a challenge log that can give you some for doing the granary and of course collecting stuff as well. Then of course you have your workshop, which you can use the Discord, which is the overseas casuals that will help you get your calories for free. So each island sanctuary will have 2 granaries and 4 workshops. So this one gets done from your granary outright, which gives you 1,000 calories. And then the other challenge log is do 20 handicrafts in your workshop to give you 2,000 per week. Now the other thing that you guys can sell from the island sanctuary is the Felicitas vouchers that you have to do every single week. It'll give you specific ones, and I think you get 70 per week, which is 7 vouchers every single time. And then you go inside, talk to the furball to the left to get your vouchers, and then you can talk to the same NPC again under the token exchange to get the vouchers, or you can get some Island Sanctuary coffers to get random stuff, which has some valuables in it. Or if you have enough, you can actually get the mount for 100 vouchers, or the other mount that comes from the lock boxes itself. So the pen and the garden are in the back. It takes about 48 hours for the gardens to grow, and of course the animals must be fed with the crops in order for them to drop their leavings. So the higher that their hearts are, the better the chance of them dropping their rare and basic materials. And you sell these for calories before you cap out. Okay? And that is how you guys get the dyes from Island Sanctuary. So those are all the things that I sell when I'm bored in Final Fantasy XIV. Obviously, the Moogle event is only specific to when a new patch is going to be dropping, but when those events are up, I take advantage of them depending on what items are added into the event itself. So that guild that I made from the event was just there because I wanted to show you guys what I make during the Moogle event. Alright, so hopefully this has been helpful to you. Don't forget to check out the rest of my channel for more Final Fantasy XIV content, and I will see you guys in the next one. And that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new for more Final Fantasy XIV content and help with the YouTube algorithm. If you guys want to support my channel even further, consider becoming a YouTube member, Patreon supporter, or help me on Ko-Fi. The links for those will be in the description down below, as well as my Discord. And the extra special shout out to the members on screen. So until next time, if you ever walk in the glorious light of Lord Bahamut, and always remember to keep forging ahead.